Gabba Gabba, hey drunken cock fans, this is Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming from the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, and we're here to announce that you have found and stumbled upon our show. We're very happy to have you. If you found this on podcast platforms, you will be sorely disappointed in the magic entertainment. However, the video will be uploaded to YouTube and Facebook. Remember, this show is an adult show, contains adult content. Have fun, stay safe, stay drunk, stay underwhelming. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We made it to episode 13 of the Drunken Under Quarantine Show, Season 2. As you may have guessed, unfortunately, Collen won't be here with us tonight, but GW is here. We're hoping our guest shows up. It might be the most interesting, unique episode of the Drunken Under Quarantine Show yet, as it's just GW and I hammered and talking about whatever we want to talk about. But tonight, we got some stories to get into, and that's enough. I suppose that's enough time on the intro.
Show me your tits. This is a weird show.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am, of course, your noble, loyal host, Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming, tonight with my comrade, GW Foley. And we got a lot to get into. We're going to talk about Susan Sarandon protesting outside AOC's house. We got to talk about how Queen Elizabeth has usurped the laws yet again. We're going to talk quick about how Australia had their Paul Revere moment finally, and talk about Don Lemon defending Tucker Carlson, because why the hell wouldn't we just talk about elites tonight and how awful they are doing? But that's pretty much all I got for the intro. Without further ado, welcoming to our spotlight stage a man that I missed. I'm glad I got to spend time with this man this weekend, and he may talk about that, but if not, I will when I get to my section. Anyways, welcoming to our spotlight stage, welcome, Mr. GW Foley.
What is up, motherfuckers? The alert came up. Bam! We're fucking live. It's Wednesday night. Just the two of us. We're gonna make it if we try. Just the two of us.
You and I.
I am filled with love, and I'm gonna pause for a moment and let the realness come in. Of Hickory is the fucking man. If you don't know how much work actually goes into this show and everything that he does to put on one hell of a fucking show, like you don't even know. Like, I'm sitting there in the group chat watching him like find stories, scouring through newspapers and the fucking internet to just find the best stories for you people. And I know none of this is really funny, but I think that he deserves a heartfelt thank you from me, because that of everything. And I if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you guys and making you laugh on a Wednesday fucking night. Like that's he is the fucking bee's knees, and everyone should know that.
Oh,
all right,
thank you.
Now that that's off my chest, anyone heard any good dick jokes lately? Yeah. That's what the world needs now, more than anything else, is some good dick jokes, like some original, fresh dick jokes. Like, I wish I could be the one to write them, but I have such a small penis that it would just be like me, like picking on a dwarf. Like that's it's not fair. When I was in New York City the other week, I saw a comic, and she was talking about how Irishmen have really small penises, and she didn't realize it. She thought they were all normal until she got to the States. And I have never felt a setup to a joke more than that. I was like, yes, we do have small dicks. And it's fine. Like, it's usable. Like, I get like I can at least grip it. Like, I don't have to like pinch it, you know? Like I can do a full fist. It looks like I'm trying to squeeze the fucking cream out of a Twinkie, but it's there. There we go. There's some dick jokes. Even though one isn't mine. I also want to give thanks to my wife Jess, who I love dearly. She's beautiful inside and out, and I owe her an apology because when I was doing my I have an art class, and I was doing my homework for it today, and I accidentally used her chair and covered it in charcoal dust, and everything was fine. I didn't notice. I thought I brushed it all off. I didn't, and she sat down and then stood up, and her ass was black, like I could not make it out. It was so black. It was absolutely disgusting. It was my fault. Like I wish I could have, I don't know, warned her a little bit, saying that I did it, and I didn't, and I'm a douchebag. So I'm sorry, baby. I love you. Let's turn it over to Kyle or to Hickory, and let's see how he's doing.
Oh, it's been a week, my friend. It has been a week. And just to prove how much of a week it is, we had this awesome comment during your set commented in from the beautiful assistant saying, what does Hickory's wife never get because he spends too much time dedicated to the show? Hickory Dickory's dick. I appreciate the backup laughter on GW's end. Thank you. So yeah, thank you guys out there. G-Dubs, I really appreciate that. Yes, a ton of work does go into the show, even though half the time it doesn't seem like it. But, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, sourcing, finding articles, making things that I want to present as fact are actually factually accurate. That's been a huge time suck as far as the show is concerned, because there's a lot of stuff where it's hard to find any real legitimate sourcing on anything anymore. But I figured since we didn't have a guest, and I had a little thing prepared, and then I got kind of bummed out when I saw Mike wasn't hopping on. So just double checking to make sure he hasn't responded. No, but I figured I would share a couple photos of what is going on in my private life right here. So this is what my home looked like on Thursday morning. And this is what it looked like by Thursday afternoon. Just pretty amazing. Yep. This is just a great little shots of him. There it is with the beautiful wrap and all the trash still in front of it. It took us a while to get this thing cleared out, but we'll go into the next one. Oh, there's a beautiful, beautiful picture of the beautiful tiger. I'm glad she made it. This is what our property looked like as of yesterday morning. Pretty empty, as you can tell. There's not a whole hell of a lot there other than some heavy equipment. And lo and behold, let's throw this up. This will be good. Oh, can I not full screen that? Why can't I full screen this?
Take that, fucking technology.
Yeah, it doesn't want to let me do it. But we will say this is what our pad looks like as of this afternoon. Our amazing contractor is busting his ass up there. And yeah, that is where our new home will be going. We got a nice little stone wall going in. And he moved a rock that was, I want to say about half the size of my Corolla.
Holy shit.
Today for us. And we're going to be building a fire pit off it. And I'm sure you won't see this, but Jim, if you do manage to see the show, thank you so much for all the amazing work you do. And I would 100% endorse Jim Eastman Trucking as a company. He's been doing phenomenal work for us. And he's just an awesome down-to-earth guy. and he has a lot of cool toys, and I'm very, very jealous. So if you out there want to support Hickory, the homeless and underwhelming, in his quest for toys, you can always donate to the show. We've also been talking about doing that for special chats and stuff. If you guys want anything, or to send a gift to one of the guests or the co-hosts, you can Venmo it to me at Hickory TDAU, and we will just put a little note in there about who you'd like the tip to go to, and I'll make sure it gets divvied out to the peoples. And,
Hot damn.
Yeah, we'll be horning it up a little more.
Tip in the hat. Tip in the hat.
That's right. But without further ado, Dwayne said, want to hop? I can't hear shit. Huh. Anybody else having audio issues, let us know, because we would love to I'd love to get that cleared up if there is an audio issue. But also, before we go into the next part, I just want to say, hey, we're guestless. If you want to hop onto the show, let us know. Shoot me a message. You can hop in as a special guest while we crank through some topics that I think are going to be fairly entertaining for just GW and I to shoot the shit about. But let's get into the second portion of the show. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us.
I'm still never going to get used to that.
It's so jarring sometimes. Jason commented and said, here's a tip. Collen shows up. My wife was like, earlier today, she's like, your regular viewers are going to get more and more angry, and then he's not going to want to come back on the show. Well, these are things that can happen. Jake, thank you. Said, sounds great here. Awesome. Thank you. We appreciate that. To which Dwayne Rhodes said, fuck, with a W. I think that's how you pronounce
He's from New York.
Oh, okay. That makes total sense.
It's an accent, I think.
Yeah. I always forget about that. The New York accent.
Yes.
So yes, the overlay does have Mike's name on it, and it will stay there for the rest of the night, because I'm already preparing overlays for three co-hosts and a guest, 2 co-hosts and a guest. I wasn't going to do one for just 2 co-hosts. I thought about it, but we did manage to keep AOC down here in the corner, just crying her little eyes out, because she's GW's got a friend.
I just want lower, girl, lower, lower. All right, my wife's watching, and my mom's probably watching too.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to add a political juggernaut like AOC to the stable, I'm sure.
So, before we get into the articles, I'm going to bamboozle you, because I don't have anything pulled up. But have you heard what's been going on with Blizzard? You know,
I saw something earlier today about like a bunch of their staff walked out.
Yes.
And apparently there's like zero work being done on World of Warcraft right now.
Right.
But I haven't looked into it other than that. That's about as far as I got.
So apparently what there has been allegations. I don't know if they're true or not. It hasn't been brought to court.
Yep.
But there has been allegations of sexual misconduct, sexual abuse, and like a whole bunch of other sexual harassment shit going on at Blizzard. One of the things was they would do these things called cubicle crawls, where they would get drunk in the office and go from cubicle to cubicle bothering people.
Which sounds like a great idea in theory.
Right. But I guess it was so bad with the sexual, like some chick fucking killed herself who worked there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, apparently that's how toxic it is. Allegedly. And I just thought it was an amazing story, and I wish, and when I was reading about it, and apparently today there was supposed to be a Blizzard whiteout, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it a blackout because it's a blizzard, but they apparently wanted everyone to stop going into Blizzard games. So like
Okay.
no WoW, no Diablo, no Call of Duty, to protest what was happening.
Have you seen on anything on how it's gone?
Piss poor. Because
Okay.
I was in there earlier today. I saw it and I talked to a couple people and they're like, oops, already in.
Oh, sorry. Too late. The syringe is already loaded.
We don't know. We don't know if anything was factually true or not. So,
not to out you. Is that? Are you saying you're a WoW player?
I plead the fifth.
Okay, that's fair.
I've
never actually been in, but it sounds like fun. Like it sounds like an honestly good time.
It can be. It very well can be. It depends. Like it gets a little tedious at times, and there's a lot of shit you need to know. Which, like, I like plug and play games where it's just like, okay, I hit A to punch, and
Okay, yeah.
and there's a lot more to it than just punching something.
Yeah.
So,
like building stuff.
Yeah, building stuff, and like you have jobs that you have to do. Where it's like, great, I I come home from a 10-hour day, sit down and relax, and have to do my fucking job.
Yeah. What I want to do while I'm being too lazy to cook dinner, go cook food in a video game.
Yeah.
Instead.
It's quicker.
That's right. It makes total sense. I can make enough food for like 3 days in like 4 minutes. But we'll get into the first topic. I don't even have banners pulled up because I was not on top of it. But the first topic of the evening, I thought this one was pretty funny. Susan Sarandon protests outside AOC's office. Quote, we're losing hope here that you represent us, unquote. It's from Fox News, from Jessica Napoli. Which is a great name, by the way. Susan Sarandon was seen protesting outside New York Democrat Republican Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez's office in New York on Monday. In a video obtained by The Independent, the 74-year-old actress used a megaphone to address the gathering crowd. Sarandon expressed her disappointment in AOC and, quote, the squad, unquote. I'm here to say that the squad, and especially AOC, apparently I'm picking up an accent, too, as we go. I'm here to say the squad.
Sounded like Nell, the Jodie Foster film. Pick a day.
Especially AOC.
AOC, check a day. AOC.
And especially AOC, who did make a lot of promises that we still have faith in you and we'd like to see if you have a better plan than we've been able to see. Please share it, Sarandon said. Brutal. She added, if there's a pathway you've got that we're not aware of, please share it because we're losing hope that you represent us. It's difficult. It's so difficult for people that are independent to get elected in the first place. And then to see the very people that sponsored the bill not stand up for it is very disheartening, the Oscar winner included. Wait. Is she implying that AOC is an independent?
Well, comparatively to some of the other people.
Okay. I guess you can make a rough argument that she's not like, I don't know, a total establishment shill.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's speedrunning it.
Well, she's not a majority shill.
Yeah, that's true. The protest was advertised as a Medicare for All rally and sought to bring attention to the need for, quote, Biden to declare a pandemic public health emergency and expand Medicare to every American using Section 1881A of the Social Security Act. Protesters demanded AOC and others, quote, use every legislative tool available to pass Medicare for All in Congress, including withholding and leveraging her votes to demand a single payer as a condition for passing legislation. And it's something I got to agree with them. I I don't know why the progressives section of the Democrat Party has not forced a vote on this. Because that's what I would do if I was in their position and I wanted to get rid of all those old establishment people that don't do anything in the party, is I would make them vote to prove that they don't support the things that they say they do.
Right. Well,
right?
And that's why they don't. Because,
yeah, that's true. Because Pelosi's a fundraising mastermind.
Right. Like there's nothing saying like, fuck, I'm drunk.
Welcome to the Drunken Under Quarantine show, everybody.
Yeah. Hey. I was like, I don't normally talk this much. I feel like I'm totally interrupting, but we can fucking do that because it's our show.
It's wild.
Yeah.
A friendly reminder that we're guestless. So if you guys want to hop on, just shoot us a message and we'll get you on the stream with us.
Fuck yeah. We'll
be fun.
Hang out. Jake, come on. You know you want to.
Yeah. Let's get Jesus back on the show.
Yeah. So, fuck. Yeah, the fucking progressive Democrats aren't going to do anything for pushing a vote because they need the fucking corporate shill Democrats for votes. If they lose them, what's going to happen is there's going to be a fucking red vacuum just coming in and sucking up seats. And that's the last thing they want.
Yeah, which is what I have been also saying that the right should do, is that the newer, more populist section of the Republican Party should just force votes on everything, and then that way they can weed out all the people who are actually shills and get some people who will actually fight for stuff in there.
Well, here's the problem with that. No one's going to, because they're all shills.
No, I know, and that's the issue, is that you would need a good little section of each party to be willing to push the issue and drag it right out and run a bunch of bills that are like super based on ideologies, and then see where everyone lands. Yeah. Just so you can get the vote down, so you can primary out the people that are not actually part of the party.
And it's never going to happen because.
No, I agree. Which is sad, but it'd be a lot what I would like to see happen.
And I think that they should be forced to read the bills and vote on them. And I think that they take too much time pissing around and doing meaningless shit other than fucking putting us into more debt. They're
very good at.
Yeah. It's like, fuck it. They're not playing with that. They're playing with the house's money. So they don't have a fucking care in the world.
Yeah. I also thought it was funny that Susan Sarandon, a 74-year-old actress, is now just starting to realize that politicians aren't actually representing her. I'm like, maybe they did when you were like you were higher up on the lobby list, Susan. But for us normal people,
yeah,
politicians don't do shit for us.
They
like to pretend they do.
AOC was supposed to be different. She and the squad were supposed to be transforming the game, and it just turned. And I agree with Susan that I think the AOC and the squad have talked a big game, but they're not down to get shit done. They don't want to get dirty. They're
not really delivering on those.
Yeah, they want to tweet about shit and make everything personal, but they don't want to get their hands wet or feet wet, whatever body part. But I will say, in all honesty, I would still fuck Susan Sarandon even though she's 70.
She's not awful looking, that's for sure. This was I was trying to find out when this photo was actually from, but I was really hoping, and You know what? Thanks for letting me down again, Fox News, as most major stations do. But thanks for not including a photo of her actually protesting, because that wouldn't have been nice to have. Maybe we would have gotten. Although maybe the downside is we would have gotten 3 months of. It would have been the new Bernie meme. It would have been like Susan Sarandon with like a picket sign that says like AOC. It's like actually, I don't know, actual official change or something. I have no idea.
I was gonna try and help you out, and I'm like, no, let's see how he does.
Let's see how his brain works.
Yeah.
Actual obligatory change, I guess. I don't know what AOC is going to stand for on my picket sign, but
I'll clap to that.
Yeah. There's lots of other things I could think that I would stand for, but I probably would get YouTube would give me a no for saying them.
We can't afford the no-nos.
No, we kind of got no-nos last week because we used one of Katniss's videos and it had a song in it, and they were like, "Oh, you don't own the rights to Tom Petty," and I was like, "No, I don't actually." But on the flip side, neither does Tom Petty.
Yeah.
So
he's dead. Like, he cares.
Well, no, but the people making money off his legacy do, apparently.
Like Lori Petty? I don't even think they're related.
I don't know. It sounds like a NASCAR driver, though.
That was the she was in the movie Tank Girl and A League of Their Own.
Oh, okay.
She played Gina Davis's sister.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think she should be the second female NASCAR driver. Like, fuck you, Danica Patrick. My name's Lori Petty. I'm here to fuck you up.
Danica Patrick, I'm on the rag and I'm pissed off.
See, we need a real NASCAR woman who was like, you guys clean out my spit can in my car.
Yeah.
Champagne. No, we need some of that moonshine down there at the checkered flags. I'm about to kick all these here pussies right in the dick.
The only champagne I drink is Miller High Life, the champagne of beers.
And you don't agree, you could fuck right off.
I do have to say, I did get drunk off of Miller High Life the other day.
Oh, wow.
It was when I was in New York, and Collen took me to that bar party thing in the middle of middle of nowhere in fucking Brooklyn. Like right by, like, I was on the wrong side of the tracks, and we were watching the fucking trains on the tracks. But fucking $5 for Miller High Life and a shot of liquor.
Oh, that's not bad.
Dude, I haven't gotten that fucking cheaply drunk in a bar since 50-cent draft night at Flubberbusters.
I said that's about as drunk as you can get in New York, because every other cocktail's like $14, I assume.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was the cheapest fucking bar I have literally been to. And, of course, like, all the liquor was bottom shelf well drinks, which is fine. I'm not a snob. Yeah,
for a shot and a beer for $5, I don't complain too much.
Yeah. But fuck, that can't complain. How do we get from like talking about AOC and Susan Sarandon to me getting drunk off of Miller High Life?
I don't know. Females in NASCAR. That came up.
Oh, Lori Petty.
Because these logic lines make total sense. So thank you guys for watching the show. We're going to move right into the second topic, where we're going to move away from those triggering American politics and get right into the people who used to oppress us. I'm talking about the British. We got a report. Queen Elizabeth secured personal exemption from Scottish climate law. Oh my God. You mean a political elite used their power to benefit themselves? This is crazy, The Hill. You guys are breaking crazy stories right now. But, Caroline or Caroline or Carolyn, or I don't know, however you want to pronounce it. There's like 4 ways to pronounce this name. Oh, there we go. Oh, I don't know if the last name Vakil. Yeah, Caroline Vakil.
Caroline Vakil.
Yeah, Lori Petty's coming to whoop your ass, girl. Lay the smack down
Caroline
on your fucking Home Depot Toyota, you piece of shit. I'm driving the Lowe's supercharged Ford heavy duty.
Tony Stewart's my bitch.
But Queen Elizabeth secured personal exemption from the Scottish climate law. Attorneys for Queen Elizabeth successfully lobbied Scottish politicians to amend climate change fighting legislation as not to require her to assist in an initiative to create pipelines that would use renewable energy to heat commercial and residential spaces, the Guardian reported on Wednesday. A parliamentary process known as Queen's Consent. Everybody's always looking for that sweet, sweet Queen's Consent, all I'm saying.
The amount of times I wanted Freddie Mercury to personally say yes.
Just please, Freddie, give me the Queen's Consent.
Yes.
Or in Scotland, known as Crown Consent, which doesn't sound like nearly as much fun.
That sounds like a fucking a drink made with Crown Royal.
That's a good point, actually.
Like Crown Royal and fucking roofies. I think that would be a Crown's Consent.
Hypno. So the process, known as Queen's Consent or the Crown Consent, allows the monarch the ability to look at drafted legislation that could affect her interests, property, or powers. Yeah, because that couldn't be abused. Critics point out it gives the Queen the ability to lobby for changes that would be included in the final version of the bill. The Guardian identified at least 67 incidences where the monarch had early access to look at legislation in the works. News outlets cited documents Scottish Liberal Democrats researcher Lily Humphreys, which she received through a FOIA. Oh, really? Freedom of Information Law. I didn't know they had that over there. Why aren't you guys digging up more on your shitty government? She received that from a Freedom of Information Law that showed how Queen Elizabeth lawyers became involved in a green energy bill in February. According to The Guardian, the Queen is the only one who has received an exemption in this bill. The newspaper, citing the document, said it appears that the Queen's lobbying was not disclosed after a politician in Scotland questioned why she was vying for an exemption for the bill. In the statement, Buckingham Palace said the monarch's involvement in the bill was to quote, or was to ensure, quote, technical accuracy and consistency, unquote. Of course. The royal household could be consulted on bills in order to ensure technical accuracy and consistency of the application of the bill to the crown, a complex legal principle governed by a statute and common law. This process does not change the nature of any such bill, the spokesperson told The Guardian. Those reached out to Scotland's government for comment. Scottish government policy is that the Crown should be subject to regulatory requirements on the same basis as everyone else, unless there is a legitimate reason for an exemption or variation. However, Crown consent is required by law if a bill impacts the private property or interests of the sovereign, and that is what happened in this case, spokesperson for Scotland's government said, according to The Guardian. So basically what I'm seeing is really rich political person gets to look over bills and then pick and choose if they get passed. And we're allowed to talk about it openly when it happens in Europe.
Yeah.
Right?
Because, she's a queen and
yeah,
monarchy.
That's old school, man.
Well, here's the fun part is, I like how, in civics class, they always go, well, she's just a theoretical head of the government. She doesn't actually wield any power. It's more of for show.
Yeah, it's theatrical. Or what was the? Yeah, there's a word that they always used to describe the British crown. And the other question was it always a monarchy, or was it always a female-led monarchy, or did she take power once the husband died?
No. He's been empowered. Prince Philip had nothing.
Okay.
I think his title was Prince Consort, I think, or Consul. He literally, He's the most beta male that could possibly exist. Like he couldn't be king, and he was just there because she's been in charge since fucking forever.
Which is pretty credible when their prime minister is literally discount Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like Boris Johnson is like if you needed a Donald Trump, but you could only shop at the Dollar General.
He's Walmart Donald Trump. Give him some credit.
Well, I would almost say Donald Trump is Walmart Donald Trump. I mean, he's the leader of a very successful empire that was ran off the backs of many people who don't matter, and has been extremely successful, was a household name, and sold lots of unneeded shit to lots of people.
Yeah.
But he's by no means, I mean, maybe he's like the target, I guess. Like he's a little bit higher class, but it's still just a source for cheap China plastic crap. I don't know.
I would say Boris Johnson is the Rosses of Donald Trump.
I do want to say is I want somebody to edit this hat so it's a MAGA hat. What do you think? You're going to pay big MAGA across the brim?
I think that we would be fucking arrested for just saying that.
The British police are going to show up at my house tonight and be like, Sir, what did you say upon your show? I don't know. I was drunk. You can't see. It's a loophole. You can't blame us. It's the Drunken Under Quarantine show. We didn't choose to be drunken under quarantine. It just kind of happened that way.
I mean, I guess you choose the drunk part, but
yeah, I blame it on the stress.
Yeah,
it's the weight of the pandemic on my shoulders.
It's Wednesday night. It's
That's
the
right,
night
bitches.
drinking. Come on,
drunken under quarantine night.
We don't get to hang out this often.
No, this is fun. We should just start
fun.
planning a show once in a while. It's just the two of us. And we'll save articles for like a month at a time.
The most fucked up articles. Oh, I'm saving that for just the two of us.
Yep, that would be really good. Oh, I got a private message. Let me see here. Oh, let me message him back and see.
Uh-oh. The suspense. We might actually get a guest.
I won't say who it was yet, but the question was, how can I get on via phone? My computer's having issues.
God damn it, your fucking computer.
That's kind of the issue with all the guests. This was not the original guest that was slated to be on the show. Which, Bo, I just want you to know that I'm sorry if you're watching. And
no, he's tuned out. He's gone.
Yeah, it's probably like, I'm not hanging out with those drunk assholes again unless we do it in person. We're going to move right into the next topic of the evening. This one is, I thought was pretty funny since we're dealing with a bunch of politics and international stuff. Australia of all places, had their Paul Revere moment. But what do I mean by their Paul Revere moment? G-Dubs, what is the moment that Paul Revere is
the British are coming. The British are coming.
Exactly. So Australia finally kind of had its own instance of this from Newsweek. A paraglider swoops down from the sky to warn people that the cops are coming. The cops are coming. Sydney, Australia is currently under lockdown due to a rise in coronavirus cases. Or other questions like, did they ever come out of lockdown?
Well, here's the thing. Like, everyone says that we're post fucking quarantine. We're not. We are mid quarantine.
No, I'm pretty confident, and I've been telling people this for like 2 weeks, and they're all like, "No, Hickory, you're just being an alarmist. You know, you sound like somebody told me I sound like a conspiratorial Trump supporter the other day because I was like, dude, yeah, masks are coming back like across the board nationwide.
Yeah,
every blue state or state with that's blue or purple or or has a Democratic leaning is going to be in masks in the next couple of weeks. And they're all like, no, you're wrong. And I'm like, dude, the CDC just updated it 2 days ago saying that we should start wearing them inside again.
I'm waiting for a return to the state of emergency.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I've been less surprised. Oh. Okay, welcome into the live stream. We made it in. This should be really, really fun. I'm pretty excited. Welcoming to the show, Jason Pierce here. Jason, welcome on, sir.
How's it going, man?
It's going good, guys. How are you?
Good, man. I'm fucking loving it. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for hopping on. We're drunk and underwhelming as usual.
Yeah. Are you drinking tonight?
Yes.
Nice. I'm glad that we're not just a bad influence on GW and our guests and everyone else's wife who blames me for their husband's drinking on Wednesdays. But
I hardly ever drink except for Wednesday nights. This is my one night to fucking cut loose and have a good time. And here's to drinking on Wednesday nights.
Yeah. Cheers to that. They call it hump day.
Yeah.
We call it drunk day around this show. Jason, welcome on. We're just talking about Australia's having their Paul Revere moment right now. Wrong one. That one, where a paraglider swooped down from the sky to warn people that the cops are coming. The cops are coming. Because apparently Australia is still in a pretty bad lockdown. It says citizens of the city, which is located in New South Wales, are now only allowed out for reasons such as essential work or food shopping. However, when a group of people decided to breach the restrictions and go for a walk in nature, they were saved from getting in trouble with the police by an unlikely lookout. So wasn't the guy paragliding breaking the rules too?
Yeah. But who's going to catch him?
That's a good point. Imagine if they said drones after him.
We're going to follow
cool.
Hickory lands.
It turned into like a Star Wars scene where there's a guy on a paraglider. Yeah. And they're just firing Australian laser guns at him. I don't know if that's
frogs.
A real thing.
Just taking frogs and throwing them up like they're...
I'd like to imagine they just send kangaroos after everybody.
Dude,
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
No.
I saw a video. This is completely random and off topic. I watched a video the other day that the wife pulled up, and I should pull this up for the show, but I don't know where I would even go about finding it. Where this kangaroo was messing with this guy's dog. You guys see that? It went like pretty viral. Where the kangaroo's like messing with the guy's dog, and the dude just runs out and pushes the kangaroo off, and the kangaroo looks at him in fighting stance, and that guy just punches him right in the jaw, and the kangaroo like does one of these, and the guy just walks off. all I can think watching the video is like, who the fuck turns their back on a fucking who turns their back on a kangaroo that was just about to fight them?
They get fucking ripped.
Yeah, dude.
I was scrolling through Facebook the other day, and one of my Facebook friends had a comment saying that like somebody said that I looked like a ripped kangaroo, and then I had to look it up, and then she showed a picture of a fucking buff ass kangaroo, and I was just like, God damn, I'm never going to Australia.
Here, I actually found the video. Hopefully playing this audio doesn't get me in trouble, but it's less than 30 seconds. We should be fine. Let's check this out.
Around. As Greg runs in, we realise this could get dangerous.
Okay, you guys ready for some shit? Because it's about to go down. When you know a guy goes running in like that, it's about to get real.
Oh no, it's pausing on us.
Oh yeah, this kangaroo is ready to throw.
Let it go, dogs. Let's go. Now the dog's coming.
Well, we're not sure what's going on here, but the roof has...
The kangaroo just runs off. My God. See, now, if
the guy's boomerang. He's in Australia.
If the Conor McGregor fight looks more like this, I would pay to see it.
I've only seen one Conor McGregor fight, and it wasn't worth it.
I was gonna say, did you see the clip from the latest one, G-Dubs?
You mean the one where he broke his leg?
Yeah.
Fucking what a douchebag. And
Jason,
I'm only saying that
did you
now
see
because
that?
I could run away from him. Like
I didn't watch it, but I saw the clip afterwards, and that was pretty messed up. I'm like, ew.
Yeah, that was like as bad as that. You guys remember that old Sid Vicious?
Yes.
Clip? Dude, that's like the worst leg break that's ever been caught on camera from like a really good angle. And it was early on, and they had like the TV camera there, so it's like actual good quality for back in the day. Yeah, that's like how exactly the same feeling I got when I saw that McGregor clip. And I was just like, dude. But this is also why I don't kick people for a living.
And Joe Rogan got the fucking interview.
Yeah. Yeah, he still did the interview after, even though his like leg was bent in half. I'm not a fan, but the balls on that dude to continue talking shit with a broken leg. Although it makes you wonder if it was a real fight, like if he would have talked shit, you know, like if the other guy could have just continued wailing on him instead of everybody hopping in the ring. I always wonder about that shit, like because I don't. It always amazes me the art of martial arts or mixed martial arts. It's like these dudes spend an entire like hour, or I mean, probably not an hour in a normal match. They a few rounds trying to like literally break each other, and then at the end of the fight, they shake hands and they're like, "Oh, it's good game." It's like I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
I would be pissed off.
No, I'd be the guy in the fucking parking lot cutting the other guy's brake lines. Like, I'm not a good sport at all. I got sad when my shitty softball team lost. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't be a multi-million-dollar MMA fighter.
First off, I couldn't be an MMA fighter. I don't have the fucking eyesight for it.
That's fair, G-Dubs. I hear you. Me neither.
Like I would, fucking none of us actually could. Like, as soon as we take off our fucking glasses, it's just like, oh, I think there's a body over there.
I see something in the ring, but I'm not sure if it's an overweight dog or an underweight human. Let's punch it anyways.
Or the fucking ref.
Or the kangaroo.
Yeah.
Goddamn
kangaroos.
Yeah, every once in a while, he's going to punch a kangaroo. Anyways, back to the story we were covering. They say citizens in the city, which is located in New South Wales, are now only allowed for reasons. Yeah. Anyways, however, when a group of people decided to breach the restrictions, go for a walk in nature, they were saved from getting in trouble with the police by an unlikely lookout. And footage shared to TikTok by Kenny Sads. We can see a paraglider swooping down from the left to warn people sat on a grassy hill in the northern beaches. The man who has a prosthetic leg and is wearing a helmet glides past, shouting to people below, "The cops are coming! The cops are coming! The police are coming!"
Stop there for a second.
Yes.
What does him having a prosthetic leg have to do with anything in the story?
I don't know. It's just like a nice tidbit, right?
By the way, the guy who lost his leg in Nam.
Kenny says, "Are they?" The paraglider replies, "The police are coming up the hill." Kenny Sads captioned the surprising footage, writing, "Warning from the sky, lockdown vibes. Hashtag police, hashtag social distancing, hashtag lockdown, hashtag essential exercise, hashtag FYP, hashtag warning, hashtag cops, hashtag Aussie, hashtag northern beaches." Wow, I'm glad they got all the hashtags in there. That was definitely worth me reading on the show.
I can't wait for 1,000 years when digital archaeologists come to this website and go, "Wow, wonder what these fucking hashtags mean."
Is this like the pound sign like they used to have on the phone? Many people have taken the comment section to share their thoughts in the clip, which to this news article is just going to start reading off random TikTok comments. That's awesome. One TikTok user, Truckwit, wrote, "Nobody would believe you if you told this story without a video to back it up." Another person, Forrest Valkai, says, "The hero we needed, even if we don't deserve him." Another said, "Is my comedy broken? Because this is the funniest thing I've seen in a long time."
Yes, Mr. Williams. To
Yes.
answer that question, your comedy is broken. You have been watching Broad City for entirely too long.
Yes, if you do a backflip when your friend says she gets to peg a guy, you've probably been watching too much Broad City. Cops are coming for a legend from the sky. We need more heroes like that. Another one topped, maybe topped, but also typed. I don't know if anyone has gotten the Nobel Peace Prize this year, but I officially have a recommendation. Moth Girl. We need more of these citizen air units flying about. It made me think, like, are these people still supporting the country that they live in, or are these people pretty upset?
Well, I think a lot of these are Americans, and they don't give a shit what happens in Australia. So they're like, fuck the police. But if that was to happen in the fucking States, they'd be like, oh, you're a fucking right-wing social or fucking Nazi.
Exactly.
It's a very, very good point. I didn't think about it like that. That the same thing happening in America, they would have been like, oh, sweet. I'm glad they're scooping up all these racist, bigot, I don't know, Trump supporters or whatever they were going to call them. I'd assume they call them white supremacists, because what else do you call people that you don't like?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, we're going to move into the last one. Jason, thanks for hanging out with us, by the way. That's awesome. I'm glad you're on the show. We'll end up doing a real one at some point too, my friend. I know, you're waiting for it. And I'm like, did you see the photos of my house earlier?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I'm going to say, there's definitely a reason that I haven't gotten more together yet. I apologize. We'll get there. I'll probably be like early September. We'll move into the last one. And this one I thought was funny. This is an article from dailynews.com, which I don't know anything about, but this headline killed me. CNN's Don Lemon defends Fox News host Tucker Carlson's right to, quote, not be ambushed, unquote, which I feel like is something that most people should support in the U.S., right? Like the right to not be ambushed.
Well, I support my right not to be ambushed. Fuck a lot of you.
I appreciate your political honesty in this situation, D-Dubs. I'm not going to lie.
My stance is just leave me the fuck alone.
Exactly.
Oh, careful. You're going to sound like a libertarian.
Which I almost got on a limb and say is my issue with libertarianism is that I am libertarian. I want to be left alone. I want to be able to, I want all my transgender friends to be able to guard their weed farms with all of the fully automatic weapons that they'd like to defend themselves with. But you also run into the issue of leave me alone turns into a giant mob of people that want to tell you how to live your life. And that sometimes you have to take a stance and be like, okay, no, these are my views, but this is how I'm doing it. I found that during the political compass test was my big tell, was where I found myself doing the political compass test, and the entire time I kept asking, well, should I be answering these questions how I think they should be answered in a perfect world? Or should I be answering these questions in the world that I live in? And I answered them like the world that I live in, and I ended up center left. It makes me wonder if I went back and did it like I could live in a perfect world where I wasn't worried about anything or any outcomes from the laws that were there or anything like that, if I'd actually be like far right libertarian.
Here's my thing. Like I'm a firm believer in you have a right to be left the fuck alone. Like and it's actually kind of funny because I was having a conversation about abortion earlier today, and
Everybody's favorite topic.
I know, right? And it all stemmed from the idea, and we can talk about this a little later if we want to get more into this article. But it stemmed from the idea of how men shouldn't have opinions on things that don't involve men. And I was like, well, what if my opinion agreed with you? Like abortion stance. I am pro-abortion. It not pro-choice, pro-abortion. Like get rid of that fucker. And the world will be better for it. Trust me. Like if you're not ready for the kid, get the vacuum. And it's always one of those things where it's like, if my views line up with yours, do I still need to take a back seat to what you're saying? Or is it the fact that you don't like my opinion and you're blaming the fact that I'm a guy because of that opinion?
That's a good question. I agree, G-Dubs. In a perfect world for Hickory the Drunken Underwhelming, every single corner in America would have a liquor store, a gun store, an abortion clinic, and a dispensary. And probably a tobacco shop, because I need a place to buy rolling papers. But, for the people that smoke too.
Yeah.
That'd be fine with me. But that would be like what every corner looked like. And that would be perfect. Because that would be like my Sunday morning routine. Is I would I'd head down to the dispensary.
The stripper clubs.
That's a good idea, Jason. I can't argue there. I did forget the strip club. And then we have a little mall. It sounds like I could spend a whole day there. This could be my Sunday routine.
This might sound kind of weird. I'm not a fan of strip clubs. I don't like the idea of having to pay to see boobies. Does that make sense? You're
not really paying to see boobies. You're paying to be in a room where you can see boobies. And then there's a 3-drink minimum. And so technically you're paying a cover fee and for 3 drinks just to be in a room where you can see boobies. And that sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like a lot of money for me when
that's when you have someone else pay for it.
That's a good point.
Who the fuck's going to fucking pay for it though?
Well, and if you want to send, I say, if you want to send GW, Jason and I to a strip club to do a show live, it's Venmo at Hickory TDAU. Just put strip club in the notes, and we'll be sure that that money gets directed right into that. We will help some girl get through college.
Where is the nearest strip club from here? Because I'm not going to fucking Montreal.
It's a fucking minute, dude. Even if we wanted to go to Canada, G-Dubs, I'm pretty sure we have to it'd be like 8 weeks worth of quarantine time to get there and back. That's not
worth it.
No, with the internet, no, it's too many free nipples to be driving that long.
I'm not 100% sure, guys, but I think there's at least 1 or 2 somewhere in this state. There has to be.
I think there might be still one in Berlin.
No, it's gone.
It's gone?
Planet Rock?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I didn't know the name of it.
That was in Barrie, and it's been gone for a couple years now. And there used to be one in White River Junction. That's gone.
That was called Hard Bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just Googled it.
Also called Cactus Jacks.
Well, when you Yellow Pages strip club in Burlington, the top 5 results are 1-800-JET-DOLL, 2 strippers from your party. Professional party strippers, 1,
Oh,
2,
good.
3 strippers, and
Because
party
I
strippers
would-
101. So I'm
I
guessing
would
that
want-
none of these are actually located anywhere near Vermont, but they just say, "Hey, we're doing it everywhere."
How much fucking would it cost? Dude, it would cost entirely too much to get strippers from out of state.
That's what people used to do. So as far as I know, is back in the day when they used to have bachelor parties back before there was a club in White River, was that there was a service from Boston that would drive up because it's like 2.5 hours, and they would drive up with like 3 or 4 bouncers and 2 girls and do like private back room parties.
Yeah.
But there'd be 3 or 4 security guys that were all bigger than everyone there. So nobody would it was fairly well run.
That just seems
That's
like a lot of work.
sausage right there.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of money for not a whole lot of outcome, I guess. Yeah, I just said come.
I'm pretty sure if we put an ad out in the paper, guys, we could actually start our own strip club in Vermont.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Dude, the fucking
There's gonna be
would happen.
There's going to be a whole lot of people looking for work in another month when the unemployment benefits run out, Jason. So that's not a bad idea. We know enough big burly dudes to work as bouncers. I mean, we got GW, we got Pierre, we got me.
Dude, to be a bouncer.
It wouldn't be the first time I had to be a bouncer.
Yeah, and running our own club. I mean, whatever. There's not really going to be many rules.
You can do your
When it
magic
comes to the
tricks.
bouncers, I mean, what?
Go ahead, man.
You can do your magic trick.
That's a good
In
idea. I
between
could
the roles.
open for the dancers, or I could be the booth DJ. And while I'm doing my in between song, I do a little trick in the booth.
It's not a strip club; it's a cabaret.
That's right, because Hickory's performing. That's a great idea.
We can have
And,
the fucking comics come in.
Yeah, I like where this is going.
Fuck yeah! Let's open it up in Woodstock. They wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah, no, they'd love business down in Woodstock. They would love for a booming strip club to open up right in the middle of town. I mean, you have to close by 10.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
I think you can make that work because we'll just open at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the option. We'll start a strip club that's really popular during breakfast hours.
Fucking eggs and bacon buffet.
Yeah. Yep. Pooter and pancakes is what we'll call it. Because I don't think they're going to allow us to put pussy on their sign. Just saying. Even if we put a big old cat up there that looks like Garfield with a stack of pancakes in front of him, I doubt they're going to let us call it pussy and pancakes. We call it Pooter and pancakes.
Wiffle and waffle.
Not to just. Oh, what's the word I was looking for? We would have to have a ladies' night for guy strippers.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I'm good with that.
That's when we have the VCO crew come down, and by the end of the show, they're all paying us to put our clothes back on.
Hey, some people like the fucking fat and hairy.
That's true.
Exactly.
A Sam Squanch. I know I like me a Sam
Despite what
Squanch.
could be on Collen, but that would require Collen to actually show up.
Oh, well played, Jason. Well played.
Good call.
Too good, my friend. Too good. We're going to run a few minutes over. Even though it's just GW and I and Jason dropped in, we're still going to run a little over an hour because that's how we do on the drunkest and most under quarantine show. There's nobody in the hotel, and the beautiful assistant's still telling me to shut the fuck up, which is a good sign to those out there how much she puts up with because I do the show. It's pretty incredible.
I'm actually
He should
surprised.
be on an episode.
What?
Believe me, I'm working on it, Jason. I'm really working on it. She's a little camera shy. But
So am I, bomb on.
CNN host Don Lemon found himself in an uncomfortable position of defending Fox News host Tucker Carlson, who was harassed in Montana fishing store over the weekend while shopping for his daughter. First off, did you guys happen to see that video?
No.
So like poor dude, and like whatever, dude's got millions of people who follow his show. So like, what am I saying? Fuck him. He's part of the elite too, that I just want to be a part of. That's all I'm saying, Tucker, is that I don't hate you. I'm just jealous of what you have. But anyway, so he was in a store shopping for I don't know, something at a fishing store, some type of place that you'd think you'd run into Tucker Carlson in, you know, because he's a conservative. So of course he'd be in a store that sells fishing poles and guns. But some guy just randomly confronted him and started calling him out on whatever he wanted to call him out on. Said the confrontation between Carlson and another customer, who called the right-wing pundit, quote, the worst human, unquote, was caught on video over the weekend. I never thought I'd be in the position to maybe somehow have to defend Tucker Carlson, Lemon said on his show Tuesday, but that's what he did. In addition to undermining seriousness of the January 6th uprising at the Capitol and backing the baseless election fraud claims that led to the violence. Sorry, I almost made it through that with a straight face. Carlson has been faulted for his reporting on the deadly COVID pandemic and accused of aiding in its perpetuity by contributing to vaccine hesitancy. In April, Carlson encouraged his followers to, without hesitation, get in the face of people wearing masks and politely but firmly tell them to remove their facial coverings. Still, Lemon took no pleasure from seeing his counterpart conflicted in public. I'm of course sure on the air that Don Lemon didn't smile when watching this video about his show, but backstage he was just like, fuck that guy. This is what I have to deal with. He said, I don't like it, Lemon said. I don't like it when people do that because I would not want it to happen to me. Lemon noted that Carlson's rhetoric is, quote, reprehensible and divorced from reality, unquote. The latter, a federal judge has ruled, blah, blah, blah. Fox News put out a statement calling the public scolding of its top-rated host inexcusable and seemed to agree with Lemon. No public figure should be accosted regardless of their political persuasion or belief simply due to the intolerance of another point of view, Fox said. Carlson handles the situation in Montana with grace, telling the man who approached him, I appreciate that, while communicating to this critic that he was with his daughter. Lemon said Tuesday that he too handles such matters by saying, thank you so much, I appreciate it, to calm down those who harass him in public spaces. So first off, I just want to say that the Drunken Under Quarantine show does not publicly or privately, wink, wink, condone the harassment of public figures. We'd appreciate if you just do that while you're alone at your house. But I thought it was funny, you know, that this guy from CNN has to defend this guy from Fox. Because at the end of the day, I mean, they're really just two sides of the same coin, right?
I wouldn't even, they're the same side of the same pile of shit.
That's actually a better way to put it. I was trying to be eloquent about it, but it turns out that the backwoods GW style is much more honest.
They're both shills for their, and they know it's a fucking game to them.
Yeah, it's just about ratings and money. Neither of them give a shit. None of them care about like the actual what actually happens to the people that they talk about on their show.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: they can talk shit about fucking anybody under the sun, and as soon as it happens to one of their own, oh, we got to circle the wagon.
Yep. Which is funny because if I got harassed out in public, they wouldn't be like, "Oh, you guys shouldn't harass drunk magicians." They'd just be like, "Oh, look at this progressive harassing this white supreme who obviously has forgotten to shave his head in a long time. Otherwise, he'd be more loud and proud."
I'm waiting.
I would actually probably wind up on the 6 o'clock news and the 11 o'clock news.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I was like tried to be shamed for my comedy?
No.
Oh. fantastic story, and I love everyone who's still paying attention to this, because I'm 3 feet to the wind and I'm in story mode.
This might be the best show ever.
Yeah, fuck yeah. It's the red, white, and blue, baby. America forever.
Woo! Yeah, red, white, and blue. No, I wore a purple tie. I fucked it up, G-Dubs. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
It's like a red and blue mixture.
Yeah. This is what happened. You should have got like a pink. So it's the red, white, and blue mix.
I almost put on the blue tie, but it wasn't tied, and I was really lazy before the show started.
It happens. It happens. I literally had to go into the bathroom and bother my wife and be like, what shirt should I wear? I had no fucking clue. Seriously, if you ever see me dressed in at a comedy show or every Wednesday night when I'm doing this, it's because Jess fucking picked out a shirt for me. It's not because I was like, oh, I think I'd wear this. No, I'm fucking like, I don't know what to wear. Pick one for me. I'll give her like 5 options.
That's almost like, what do you want to eat?
No, she's good with that. My baby girl, she will not say wherever I don't care. She will give suggestions. We'll talk about it and fuck yeah, Jess.
Fuck yeah, Jess.
My bottom bitch. Yes. Anyways. Woohoo! So I was talking about trying to get canceled at a fucking show and spoke out about. So I was at the show in Rutland.
Beer grabbing.
Go for it. Go for it. I was at a show in Rutland, and I wasn't feeling well. First off, like I had fucking really bad allergies. I had a cold. I wasn't feeling good, and I was going through a depressive state. So a lot of my comedy was very black and dark, which it can be now still, but that's besides the point. So I go up, I do my set, I bomb because I'm not feeling well, and everyone knows it, and that's fine. Like, shit happens. I go out to the fucking coffee area of the show where nobody is except for this table of people. And I start blowing my nose because I'm all stuffed up. And this guy, this fucking beta male of a guy, walks up to me and goes, oh my God, I did not like your set. I thought it was very, how do you say, not progressive. I think that you need to rework your material. And I look at him and I go, is that it? Like expecting like something more, and he's like, you are very misogynistic in your material, and we did not like that all. And I'm like, okay, and well, I'm just saying personally, I'm just looking at the guy going, shut the fuck up, you fucking pussy.
He sounds like an outer skater.
The best part about this dude was later arrested for wife beating. And I'm like, how the fuck are you going to judge me about me being fucking patriarchal when you're fucking straight up beating your fucking chick? Like, I have never done that. Like, I have never raised a hand to a fucking chick that I've been dating.
Yeah, as most people shouldn't.
I just farted.
But I think that's pretty much all we got for this one. Thank you, Jason. Thank you for showing up, my friend. It's good to have you. G-Dubs, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you wanted to talk about the what happened on Monday.
I did, and then we ended up like 15 minutes over. I was going to call it, but
it's up to you.
I got time. Jason, you got time?
We got fucking time.
Okay. Monday we're going to talk about filming. So we got to film this awesome segment at the Middlebury Marquee. It was good to be back in that place in person because god damn do I miss that venue. I miss being down there. I miss the people. I miss the tacos. I miss yelling at Thomas. Nice. I can't wait to have an actual show there again. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, but, what was it Saturday? Oh, it was musical bingo.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Oh,
was
it
a good
was
time?
fun. Oh, yeah. It was almost packed. Pierre and Vinny had a good turnout for it.
Good. Always glad to hear those boys are doing well.
Yeah, their trivia nights on Thursday nights, those have been packed.
Nice.
I haven't been to trivia night. I'm usually across the street, and when I get ready to leave there, I walk out, and there's like, I'm like, holy shit. They had a lot of people.
Nice. Good. I'm glad to hear they're doing well. We were down there on Monday filming a segment for GW for School. A quick film clip. 7 minutes, I guess, was going to be an estimated running time, G-Dubs, but
yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong. But we filmed a short segment called Where's GW Foley? In which a group of VCO comics, being Ryan Kenyon, Pierre Vachon, Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming, GW Foley,
Kristen Bailey.
Kristen Bailey filled in as Kevin, which was absolutely hysterical. She got to play Kevin McTaggart for the day. I know. I wish I had gotten to play Kevin McTaggart. She could have played Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. It would have been hysterical. But unfortunately, I got stuck playing that drunk prick. And we'll see. We'll see in a couple of weeks after GW's got this thing edited down. But we had a good old time. I got to drink a fake cranberry cocktail in my scene. It was very nice. It was good that they didn't break out the actual booze at 9 a.m., but also somewhat like, well, I could have used a drink, loosen me up for the scene. But
you're supposed to bring your own.
Well, I do, but I try not to be too open about it.
It wasn't really a bring your own booze type event.
No, it was more
this
like
a show at the Woolen mill.
It was a try not to fuck up too bad, so GW hires me again type of segment. But it was a lot of fun. GW had written a nice little script. It was about 6 pages, and we had a good time filming. I haven't filmed anything since last, I don't know, May of last year or something for a comedy club / artistry release. And it was really cool to be on film again. G-Dubs, how do you think everything went?
I thought everything went well. And the one thing that I will say is I am now going to write for Kristen because Kristen did. So for those who don't know, Like I wrote it for the original VCO, and Kevin, because of work and scheduling, couldn't make it. So Kristen came in and said, like, hey, I'd fill in for you. And she knocked it out of the fucking park. She was great with her lines. She was great with her timing, and phenomenal person to work with. So I think in the future, when I write other VCO scripts, I'm going to write with her in mind. So,
Nice.
and fucking everyone did great. Like fucking Hickory, you did great.
Thank you.
And I love the shit that I've seen so far. And everyone did. Pierre did great. Ryan did great.
Oh, Pierre's awesome though. He's just like, he's so natural. And like, for me, it's weird because I spent, I don't know, like right now with the YouTube channel and like all the gaming content I produce, I probably spend like a solid like 8 to 10 hours a week in front of a camera and microphone. But for some reason, when I'm not clicking record and sitting here and doing my normal thing, it's a completely different ballgame.
It is.
And
it is.
Yeah, it's very weird. And I, like at some points I'm like, oh, I'm totally overacting this. And then I'm like, in my back of my head, I'm like, well, that's probably what GW meant when he wrote this, was that he would know that I would come in and not only would I perform as Hickory, but I would perform as over the top Hickory, because that's how Hickory would come off if he was in a film. And like, I find myself way overthinking this stuff. And I was like, by the time he says action, I was like, at that point, I'm in character so deep that I was like, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, and that was one of the things that like I was writing for you, because I know you can do the overacting. And so everything that I did for you was overacting. Like that when I was writing for you, that was the one thing I'm like, he's going to overact this and it's going to be fucking fantastic. And you did a great job.
Thank you.
I couldn't ask for a better Hickory than the Hickory I got.
But it's wonderful. And if you see it and you're a regular fan of the show and then watch this clip, you're going to be like, okay, he's a little different. And I'm like, yeah, that's because that's Hickory on film is a little bit different than Hickory on the show. Because Hickory on the show is still somewhat based in reality. Hickory on film and his own thing is just its own thing.
Well, how about, hey, I'm going to throw this out there as my role of assistant producer. I'm giving myself that title now.
That's fair. You can have it.
Associate professor or producer.
Ooh, associate professor of production.
Yes. How about when I get the cut done to my specificity, my specs, we show it on a show.
I 100% agree. That would be great.
Awesome.
I would 100% love to show that piece of filmography because it was super fun. And I'm excited to see it because, as I said, I know I did a great job. I performed very, very well and at a high level as the Drunken Underwhelming. But yeah, everybody else involved was phenomenal. But Pierre, I have to tip my hat to that guy because like it boggles my mind how just smooth. And it was almost hard because at points there's people in the script delivering lines to me that are kind of snarky and backtalky. And part of me is like, oh my God, Pierre's talking to me like I'm a dumbass. And the other side of my brain is like, but I'm acting. And he's not really saying these things. He's saying it because it's in the script. But like, there's the confliction in my brain between like, oh my God, Pierre's shitting on me right now. To like, oh no, this is part of it. He's supposed to. And so it's a weird, like, I think it would be a little bit different if I was in a script that was like, you know, not characters I knew. not people I knew. If I was in a random film for something and I
Yeah.
knew nobody, it would be completely different. But acting with people that I interact with regularly was very strange because while I know I'm playing a character, I get lost in knowing that they're playing themselves as a character. And that was the hard part for me, was like reeling that back and being like, oh no, Ryan isn't really dunking on me right now. This is part of the film.
And I never meant you to feel like that. I was trying to like increase the absurdity to 100.
Yep.
And
No, it's just totally fine. And I got past it really fast, but the first couple takes, I was just kind of like, oh. Like, because in my brain, I'm not an actor.
yeah,
I'm a magician who works a normal muggle job and does his 9 to 5 and pays his bills and is working on getting a beautiful house put up. And so, yeah, acting was like completely different. It's just like I felt like if I had done it regularly, it wouldn't have been as big a deal because I would have separated the two things in my head. Like, oh, I'm acting, they're acting, we're all acting, this is cool. I'm not actually interacting with Pierre. I'm interacting with Pierre the Beast or whatever character he is portraying. Just like when Matt Vita does a scene in a film, nobody's like, oh my God, I'm interacting with Matt Vita. They're like, oh, I'm interacting with Chuck, this weird, creepy guy. Like, but when you react with Pierre Vachon, who you hang out with and talk with regularly, and all of a sudden he's his Pierre the Beast character and talking to you, like, I don't know. It was just a strange, like, I'm like, yeah, with some practice, I get that down. But it was definitely strange for me right off the bat.
oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, no. It's not believe me, I no hard feelings about it at all. It was totally a learning experience, and I really appreciate the ability. I didn't mean to open up too much, but that's what happens when we get like in the almost at an hour and a half point of the Drunken Under Quarantine show.
I love you, man. I
love you too,
I
man.
appreciate you. And,
Thank
and
you for
you did
having
a
me.
fucking great job for.
It's fun for a guy who's only acted, and I have a really great slot at this movie we did back in high school, where I played the really big bad samurai guy because we filmed like an Asian style, a kung fu movie. And I remember the scene that we edited. It took like 10 minutes to film, and we edited it down to like 30 seconds of like the two main characters just throwing punches into me for like 10 minutes. It got edited down to like 30 seconds. So it was like a hail of punches, and then I like, ha ha ha. That's not, that was the peak of my acting career. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'll have to make a new peak for you.
Okay, I like it. We were talking the other day about how somebody, my Muggle work and I were talking about how we need to film or like write a script for talking about. I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie, the series Siberia.
No.
Yeah.
So it was like a sci-fi series, like almost a decade ago now, but it was all about a reality show gone horribly wrong. And so it wasn't an actual reality show. It was like it was a TV show that was shot to look like a reality show, but was about people going out for this survival game in the woods, almost like a Survivor thing. And then shit just keeps going wrong, and then somebody dies. And then like they've realized that there's nobody there to actually save them and nothing like going right, and they have to like escape themselves. And I was like, oh, this might be a script that like I have to like work on at some point. It'd be really, really cool to have that type of thing. Because unfortunately it got canceled before season 2 got made. But it would be a really cool concept to have like a reality style horror show based on I don't know, reality TV, I guess.
Yeah. That's intriguing.
Yeah, it could be really cool. It could be garbage, totally, but it could be really, really interesting. But that's pretty much all I got. Jason, you wanna say anything before we get on out of here, brother?
Hold on a sec until I get back up.
Yeah, we're gonna take your time.
G-Dubs, what do you got? You got anything before we get out of here?
Foley Kills the podcast on YouTube. Thank you for everyone who's paying attention and watching. I love you all. At Foley Kills on Twitter and Instagram. I love you guys.
No, we love you, GW.
Yes, we do.
The entire Drunken Under Quarantine show fan base, not just myself. Jason, thanks for hopping on, brother. We really appreciate it.
Not a problem. Two things. If people have a problem with the show, send all hate mail to Reggie Britton.
Please do.
Or Collen. Or me.
Yeah. Or Collen. Collen's the second option.
Yeah.
Jason's the third. But yeah, definitely Reggie. Was it Reggie Britton at Gmail?
The Reggie B. Or the Reggie Britton at gmail.com.
Nice. And also for the
things, I do stream on Twitch. You can find me at Chef-VT. I haven't been streaming lately, but hopefully in the next few days I'll be on. So if you want to follow me, great. If not, oh well.
Sorry, you said that was Chef-18?
VT, yes.
Chef-VT. Like an under dash or a regular dash?
Regular dash.
Okay, I just put that in the comments for anybody following Chef-VT on Twitch. You can find Jason there. Jason, what type of games do you play?
I play Call of Duty. It's a mixed bag, Mortal Kombat, games like that.
Okay.
And I stream just the games. I don't stream this ugly this face. I don't have the equipment for that shit.
Do you voice over or is it just gameplay?
I do have a voiceover.
Okay.
I do have a headset. That's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us, Jason. We really appreciate it. G-Dubs, thanks for being here as always. I have, of course...
No problem.
Too delicious. I have, of course, your loyal host, Hickory, the Drunk and Underwhelming. Also known as Hickory, the Homeless and Underwhelming. If you want to donate to us at Hickory TDAU and Venmo, this is a great way to go about that. But thank you guys for joining us for episode 13 of the Drunken Under Quarantine show, the first episode of season 2 where a guest just didn't show up, and neither did Collen, but that's to be expected. I, of course, Maker the Drunken Underwhelming, signing out for both Jason and GW Foley. And
who's
Collen,
the guest for next week?
To be honest, I don't know. We're working on something.
Hold on. Oh, it's the 4th. It's Chadwick and Sam.
Oh, nice. So Chadwick of a band called
Arc
from New York.
Yeah.
Metal band. Should be good to have them on. But I, of course, am signing out for GW Foley, Jason, Collen, Doyle, and the Woolen Combat Club. You can find us next week with Chadwick from Arc, for episode 14. We'll see you then. We are, of course, the Drunken Under Quarantine show. And I am, of course, Hickory, the Drunken Underwhelming, imploring you all to stay safe, stay drunk, stay underwhelming. Most importantly, in these trying times, stay sane. Try not to murder your neighbors. And we'll see you kids next week. Credits.
And so I didn't get a chance to take my pants off.